but maybe I'm live right now. There's my little song because I don't know when I go live. I'm using two programs. Who knows if they work? So hopefully you can hear me and you enjoyed my little going live dance. Hello, plant life people. I'm so excited to be here again today. Even though it's super dark outside, so early, I'm making a really good comfort food dish. So I'm excited that you're joining me. So today, I think we got this from President's Choice magazine. So that's a popular brand here in Canada of at certain grocery stores called President's Choice. And we're making something called patatas bravas, which has to do with potatoes, which is patatas. But they actually spelled it wrong on their little recipe card. So I'm full of rants today about this. And when I looked it up online, it's actually a traditional Spanish dish, more of like a snack or a tapas type of dish that has to do with roast potatoes and spicy sauce. So who doesn't love roast potatoes and spicy sauce? However, PC has added a whole bunch of different stuff to it that has nothing to do with the main menu, but it is very hearty and delicious sounding. So we're going to give it a go. So your main ingredient that you need for this, we're just going to go ahead and get started, is some roast potatoes that you've roasted down. And those just had, I sprayed a little minimal olive oil on it and some salt and pepper, and you just roast them. So I did a whole pan, and then I can save some of the roast potatoes for later. And then traditionally, this dish was roast potatoes and then sort of a thickened hot sauce over top. And that was it. Very simple type of dish. And I guess traditionally people, you could get it at a bar and have a beer with some potatoes and spicy sauce, which sounds amazing to me. So in place of this spicy sauce, the recipe calls for Arabiata pasta sauce. I'm probably butchering that. So this is one of the PC products that we're going to taste test today, which is their organic line. And I've had a little taste of this when I was cooking it, and it's fantastic. So 100% on that one. And then the other thing that's going to top this sauce is a Mayo Aioli. We're going to assemble this together, don't worry. And then this is the product that I was very excited to try, which is the PC Chorizo style crumbles. So it looks delicious on the outside and it sounds fantastic. But this is, if anyone from President's Choice is watching, this is my rant to you. Why is this tiny bag $9? Their plant-based line is such a mix of prices. Some of the desserts are pretty fairly priced, but then they have like vegan bread, which most bread is vegan anyway, and it's like $8 as well. And then I also tried one time their cake mix, which was like $7. So I just don't know where they're getting these prices from. But anyway, we are going to assemble this now together. And again, this is going to be a bit of a shorter video, more of an assembly or idea video, but it just sounded so good I wanted to give it a try. So the next thing we're going to do before we assemble is we're going to make our Mayo Aioli. So I have not tried the PC style mayo, but I'm using Hellmann's, which is my favorite, and I'll show you another one. So this one, I believe my cousin Dana got maybe at Costco, and it is another mayo style. It's called Chosen Foods Vegan Mayo, and I have not liked any plant-based mayo except for Hellmann's. The entire time I've been vegan, I've tried a bunch. This is the second runner-up. So it does have a bit of a different texture. It's a little bit runnier, but the flavor is pretty good. Just up there with Hellmann's, not quite. But anything else I've tried other than these two, I could pass on. So we are going to give it a go. So what we need is about a quarter cup of the mayo and your trusty little tiny whisk. So that looks like about a quarter of a cup there. You know me, I don't like to measure, I like to eyeball it. So there we go. And then what we're going to do is add a little bit of apple cider vinegar, or you can use white vinegar. And I'm going to, again, I do not measure, but I'm going to do about half a lid full. So if you have a container like this, it's half a lid full. It's probably just under a teaspoon. Because you want to control the liquid. What you're looking for is a drizzle. So we'll probably have to add more vinegar than that, but that's what you need is a bit of a drizzle. And then my fiance Frank, who's in the chat, made some amazing hot sauce with pineapple in it, and I'm gonna add that. So I think that's gonna add like a really good flavor to it. And this is a spicy hot sauce, but I love it, so I'm gonna put about a teaspoon. So you go on the level of hot sauce of flavor or hotness that you want, because Arabiata sauce has a bit of spice to it too, so you gotta like figure that out for yourself. And then we're just gonna whisk it up. And then we'll have to do the drizzle test. Oh yes, my fiance was reminding me it is a fermented hot sauce. It's delicious. So we don't have any drizzle going on here at all. So I'm gonna add another well, let's do a whole capful. So now we're probably close to 2 teaspoons, but you're just gonna have to judge it for yourself to get your drizzle. This looks very drizzly. So this is gonna be good, I think. So let's see if we get a drizzle test. Yeah, I think that's pretty drizzly. Okay, so let's go with that. So again, hot sauce to your preference, mayo, and your vinegar. And if you wanted to, you could, if you wanted to stick away from the mayo to reduce your oil, you could probably blend up some cashews or some sunflower seeds really thin in some water, and then add your vinegar and the hot sauce for flavor. But I'm gonna have to test this now and see if the hot sauce. So I'm gonna add a bit more hot sauce. I want a bit of that pineapple-y flavor. And I think it's gonna be interesting with Arabiata sauce because it tastes more like a pasta-y type flavor. So we're gonna see how it goes. So we've got our drizzle, we've got our roast potatoes, and we're gonna assemble now, and then we're gonna make some toppings. Actually, we can cut them up now if I have my knife. Here we go. So you're also gonna have a bit of fresh on top with some green onion. And actually, some people kind of, I think, would find that weird when you have like a hot dish with some cold, fresh veggies on top. But I like the contrast of that when you're eating it to have a bit of freshness on there. So let's chop up some onion real quick. I wish I was more of the chefs that just like chop up and down, but I go back and forth like that. And then I also thought, because we're having a tomatoey sauce, I'm going to put some fresh tomato on it as well. And this will make it like a really filling meal. So if you made a huge dish of this, it could be like a side dish. But since it's got both potatoes and sort of a meat substitute, it's going to be pretty filling. So let's just chop up some tomato cubes. There we go. Now we can assemble our team in our bowl. So I have a little bowl. Again, the recipe indicates if you're making a huge batch, you're gonna spread it out on like a serving tray and serve it like that. So here we go. So I have my sauce over here. So to make it nice and layered, you're gonna put a bit of the sauce. So this is just the jarred sauce from PC heated up. So we're gonna pour that a little bit in the bottom. And then you put your potatoes on top. So let's see. Oh, I don't want to use my hot sauce spoon. That'll go crazy. So we'll put a bit of potatoes on top. And then we're going to put the chorizo crumble on top. But I'm first going to do a taste test on just the chorizo because the texture looks okay and the smell is okay. Like, I'm not sure about this. And I love a lot of PC products, but some of this stuff, I just don't know. So we have this in a nonstick fry pan. So the texture you can see, man, I'm running out of spoons. Here we go. We're prepared now. The texture you can see got nice and crispy. So I like that, the way that it fried up in this nonstick pan, really good. And there's bigger pieces and little pieces. And I could imagine this on some tacos, but I just want to do a taste test. I don't know about this. The flavor is not quite there. Texture is really good, and it's not greasy, which is, I like that it's not greasy. The flavor doesn't seem the greatest. Actually, the best chorizo that I ever had, I actually bought it at the States, in the States at Trader Joe's. They have a vegan chorizo, the best. And you could actually just get maybe some Light Life meat crumble and put your own chorizo flavorings on it. But I think it's going to taste fantastic when it's all together. So let's put it on. So we're going to put that, sprinkle that on. So again, I might not like the products that I'm using, but this whole combination is just speaking to me. I love it. All right. And then we're going to put a little bit more sauce on top. Just like that. This is the Arabiata sauce. And I actually forgot how delicious Arabiata sauce is. And I never see it on the shelf, so I'm glad to have found it. So we've got that layer. Now we're going to do our drizzle. So this is like going to kick it up a notch with the hot sauce. So we got a good drizzle going on here. Let's do a bit more. So this amount of sauce can do, because it's so drizzly, you can do quite a lot with it. And then, ooh, I almost lost my whole bowl. Okay, so then we're going to do our fresh tomato. That's just one slice for the bowl. And then we'll sprinkle all our onions on. And you know me, I love to put green onions on stuff because it just makes everything look fancy. There we go. And like, this looks fantastic, okay? Like, I know I didn't like the crumble, but this looks amazing. So this is just, you know, an assembly video. Let's get some focus on there. Whoa, there it focused. Look at that. So this is like the hearty meal you're looking for when it's cold and dark and icy outside. This is what you want to eat. And I'm saying that, and I don't really love potatoes a whole lot. Okay, let's give it a go. I really think the chorizo in this together is going to be good, but next time I would use a different brand. All right. Actually, the Arabiata sauce is so good. And then you get the creaminess. And now I'm getting a little bit of heat from that hot sauce. And again, like I said, the fresh veggies on something warm, I love that combo. Let's do bite number 2. Definitely don't want to have that without the fresh potato or fresh tomato. So I'm gonna have one more bite. Actually, this is so good. So 3 kind of taste tests here. Again, Hellmann's beating out over everything else. Chosen Foods, kind of a second runner up. The Arabiata sauce from PC Organic, 100,000% delicious. The $8 crumble, garbage. Don't buy it. Sorry, PC. I love all your other stuff, but not that. And actually, some of the PC stuff that I buy, I really wonder, like, who taste tested this stuff. Because a lot of people I know don't like it. Anywho, that's enough about PC. They're great in all the other products. Make your own patatas bravas, your own version. Again, the original version was just a thickened hot sauce. So you can use your Frank's thick version. I think they have a thick version of that, which I'm pretty sure is vegan. You can make your own thickened hot sauce. Some of the recipes I saw made like a roux with flour and then added the hot sauce in to make it thick. And you have that with a beer, and then you can be eating some traditional Spanish snacks. Or make it exactly like this, but without the crumble. Just the Arabiata sauce. Love it. Okay, so that recipe combination, total win. So I love the recipe itself, but maybe use a different meat crumble, whatever you prefer. Or if you have an extra $8, try it yourself. Maybe I'm wrong. That's it, folks. So thank you again for joining me like you do every week when it's so dark and cold outside. I really appreciate it. And I hope you try this recipe. Let me know if you do. Please like and share this video if you liked it. And if you have a chance, please stick around and watch another video. Any video doesn't have to be mine. It will just help me beat the YouTube rhythms, algorithms, something like that. Anywho, bye.